Greetings. Tony from Old River Hardgoods again. Well, the music you're listening to is Prayer of Testament from my second CD, Last Son. As always, there's a link to the full version of the song and a video I made of it a number of years back. And today we are going on a bit of a dig. Not a pick, a dig. And we're going to take a look at a couple of toolboxes that I have sitting here. The one's got all my collection stuff, or some of my collection stuff in it. The other one's got a few collected items, and I'd been using for tool storage and kind of forgot about it. But, truth be told, neither of them has been opened in like 20 plus years. Well, 20 years at least. I think 2004, the one I drug out for a demo up at a living history site up at New Milford, PA, Old Mill Village. But they've been sitting here just kind of hiding from the world. So we're going to take a look, and you're going to see some neat items. So buckle up and enjoy the ride. Well, what's hiding under here? There's actually two tool chests. And I don't quite remember what's in there. Last time I had one out, you see the corner of the green one there, was back in 2004 for a demo up at the place called Old Mill Village. Up in the New Mill, up the line. But anyways, I'm going to have to move all of this stuff off of here and do some digging. So, be back soon. In case you're wondering here, these are all projects that I kind of started, never got too far with. Yeah. There's a gauge, Stanley gauge. I needed a tote knob for it. Figure out what else I needed for that. There's one of those Stanley steel body jobs. I can't remember the number up to S104 maybe or something like that. With the Liberty Bell cap. 78 Stanley. Don't know if that's a Stanley. Yeah, it's a Stanley number 4 down there for needing something or other. A pipe wrench, that's a newer one. That's something I needed here at the shop or something. Got a box of who knows what. Kind of where I stash my Phillips screwdrivers for all of them that I can find. A takedown square here that the joint was kind of questionable on. I just never could get it to work right. And there's a few pieces from a Cooper's compass down there, big one. I had disassembled, and another big old tri-square. One of those Glazer squares, I believe. Or maybe not. Yeah, hard to say, but that one's back there. So we got a lot of digging to do. Well, I got the stuff moved. See, that's a good 20 years worth of dust on this. So I'm going to carefully haul that outside, shake it out a bit. I'll have to put it back on eventually. So, one more time. Oh, in case you're wondering, that is a piece of homespun linen. I got a few pieces of that stuff around here. I used to be able to find it pretty cheap and just use it for this and that. I know some people are probably screaming at the top of their lungs, but what are you going to do, right? Anyways. Here's toolbox number 1. I've had this guy a long time. This guy followed me up here from York Haven, so but let's open it up and see what's hiding inside. Don't know much. Oh, you can see the milk paint. And it's dovetail, hard to see, but yeah, some odds and ends. This is an awl of some kind. No, this is a screwdriver. Yeah. Coupling wedge. Wonder what for. Guess we'll find out. Scratch all. Again, these were my tools. These are my tools hiding in here. A unplated bit stock. Don't know the maker of it. Don't see the name on the chuck. Chuck should work. Yep, chuck's good. That there. Oh, pig sticker. I was hoarding some stuff. I'm allowed. Bigger pig sticker. This one's a Isaac Greaves. And another one. Ooh, this one's a Ward. Yeah, this is an older Ward one. Big heavy hand forged chisel. Could be 18th century. It's got some file marks there, but I don't think this one was made from a file. But improvised handle. Oh, let's see what other goodies. I knew I had this guy. I know some people will be salivating over this, but I'm going to hang on to it for a bit. It's called a Chairmaker's Devil. This one is in rosewood maybe, or maybe ebony. Some ebony is brownish. But it's a curved or hollow sole scraper. It's got the blade. These things are very uncommon. I remember at one point these things were popping out for $100+ each, so I don't know where they're at these days. Haven't really looked. Here we got a nice little user-made square. I like those things. Nobody else seems to. Coachmaker's rabbit, curved rabbit. Yep. Yeah, it's going to be loose on me, of course. Which I guess you want, but don't want it dropping out on the floor. Oh, alright, got it in. Another plane. This one's kind of neat. And the wedge in the iron is down there someplace. A brass-soled, curved OG plane. Like OG? No, Avalo. Yeah, Avalo. Probably for doing curved windows. And here's the the wedge in the iron for that. I think that's a butcher. Yeah, butcher gouge. I mentioned before I was collecting those things for a while. Here you got a nice looking bevel square, user made, center pivot style. A piece of tape or something, gunk on there, I don't know what. Another chassis chef yellow. Another butcher. Well, these mortise and carving chisels. Handles original. It's got somebody sprayed the shiny stuff on it. I never bothered to clean it off. nice early square. Got some patina, but obviously I hadn't cleaned that one off. Oh yeah, here's something else I forgot about. Let's see if I can get this one to work. I may have to take this one over to the bench to show you this one, but that's a ship's carpenter bevel. We'll take a closer look at that. It's your basic marking gauge, ruled. User crafted for sure. Numbers are struck, hand struck. Somebody made their own miter square. Mr. McCullough probably was responsible for it. Blade's got some petting. I don't see a user's mark or a maker's mark on there. User mark, yeah. Blade's very thin, and well, it's obvious. I'd say it's been cleaned a lot, but no, this was made from probably made from a piece of saw plate. Diston, number 68. Oh, brass backed. Yeah, it might be brass backed, or some of them they painted with gold paint. I've had this guy for a very long time, even back before I was selling tools. That one I do remember. Oh. Might be up top. This is a drawer bottom plane in brass. No maker's mark. I think I kind of got this one off of Tony Merlin a bunch of years back. Or maybe not, might have been an eBay find, but I had a thing for planes with brass on them. I'm sure the widget is up there. Another gouge, another butcher. A little brass framed utility knife. A little on the rough side, but you know. Alright, I'm going to take these guys out. Let's move over here to take a look at them. And here we got the rest of the tools from the box out. As I said, I had a thing for brass tools. Here we have a bevel square with a brass blade on it. Ooh, somebody refinished the handle. I didn't do that. Don't know if that's rosewood or mahogany. Have to get some of the gunk off of it to be sure. This is an early square. This we'll call center pivot. This style goes back to the 18th century, into the early 19th century as well. Actually, they were making it about the middle of the 19th century. Don't know who made this one. It's just got a pin, simple pin. Sometimes you see them with a screw for locking, but definitely an older one. Pad saw, rosewood handle with a blade. Probably not original, but those are very renewable. And it looks like the screws were replaced or at some point. You see original screw holes on that side. I kind of think this was a Tony Merlin purchase. He used to bring these over by the boatloads back in the day. And last is a little brass-bladed ship's carpenter bevel. Neat little layout tool. These were manufactured by Stanley, Lufkin, a few other makers, but this one obviously was user crafted. You can see by the rivets there, and it needs a little clean, but I'm just going to put them back in the box for now. So that's the contents of box number 1. Before I close things up on that box, I figured take a closer look at some of these planes. Here's the curved molder. Don't know what kind of wood that is. Kind of a neat plane. The drawer bottom plane is basically a plow. That's what that wedge was for I talked about. And of course there was the iron that was there. These are for making the grooves on the sides of drawers for putting the bottoms in. Back when they used to do them panel style. And again, not sure the wood on this one. Don't look like beech, but it might be. These are pretty much a uniquely English form, although I suspect there's some continental ones out there too, and this one might be continental, but it's a neat looking plane. It's definitely one of a kind, I would say. And last, as I was putting stuff in, I felt around and pulled this plane body out, and the wedge and iron were sitting up top in the tray. And this, I believe, is a little sash coping plane. It had an applied vent at some point, long gone. And, oh wait, there's a maker's mark on it. Well, I hit it with magnifying glass and I can't read it. But anyways, it's signed. Hey, very neat plane, very unique plane. Sash coping planes are few and far between, to say the least. And this one's definitely on the neat side. So that's it now for sure with the big green toolbox, or the top toolbox. Now to get into the bottom one. That's going to take some lifting. One more quick point. I said this was dovetailed. It's not. It's just nail construction. You can see it's pretty solid. And this has the slot in the top for the framing square. A lot of times they were added after the fact. It's got the catch on here, but I don't have a lock for it. I don't have a screw for it. And of course, you do have keepers for saws in there. Kind of a neat toolbox. I forget where I got this guy, but yeah, who knows. Here we have the second toolbox. Again, one that I've had for a very long time. And let's open the lid. Ooh. Much better. But anyway, let's dive into this guy and see what's in there, because I just don't know. Got a bunch of center point bits. Oh, that's the part for the lock. Forstner bit. Tack pull and claw. It's a little newer, but it's got an older style handle, so might be a forged one. Bradall. Well, somebody, yep, that's a Bradall. I showed these in my video on drilling things, early videos. Around you'll find it. Another Bradall. Oh, this has got a patent. Now, I got a couple of these guys kicking around here. I can never figure out how to get that chuck open one of these days. Some miscellaneous drill bits. There's the key for the lock. This one's a bitstock notch. Number 24 2-inch auger bit. And another Bradall. Nice little turn screw. Sorry if I'm weaving in and out here. I'm trying to hold the phone and look. Another nice early turn screw. Don't see maker's name on it. A plane. Yeah, no maker's mark. But it's definitely 18th century because here's the wedge for it. What's in the bag? That's a good question. I don't know. Oh, yeah. I know. Serving stones. Wooden cased ones. I put them in the bag so they wouldn't get beat up. A nice white stone. Looks like a rosewood or very dark mahogany base. See the little nails on the bottom? That would keep it in position on the bench. But that one's actually pretty nice. Oh yeah, W.H. Davis. Signed 2 times. A.S. Davis and W.H. Davis. So, family heirlooms. This is another cased one. Oh yeah, this is one from Pottsville. Pottsville's not too far from me. People that drink beer know Pottsville because of the Yingling Brewery. And I.C. Baver of Pottsville, PA. Isn't that a great carving job? Another one I've had a long, long time. And the stone's pretty good. Fine. In case it's got a couple checks in it, but everything's in there tight, so. Oh, yeah, you know, I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Stuff's kind of wedged in here. Oh, yeah. There's a story behind that plane. Oh, okay, drill bit stand. Auger bit stand, I should say. But, yeah, used to see them around once in a while. And dive. Yeah. Hard to see the etch on this. But this is a Richardson Brothers back saw. There you go. There's the mark. And this was made for the Marsh miter machine. Picture frame machine. Now let's spin around here. And over in that mess, yeah, the one there on the, would be on your right. That is an actual Marsh. Pretty sure. Or maybe the one up front. No, I think that's the actual Marsh. I know I have a real Marsh out there, and this saw came separately from it. This was my user for a long time. And it's still got some sharpness to it. I mean, Richardson made great saws, so can't fault it for that. But back to the excavations here. Dado plane by can't read. We'll have to bring some of this stuff back over to the other area. Moving Philister. Brass bound miter square. And there's some names on it. User. Oh, Fraley. I'll have to look that one up. Well, you see it's pretty pitted, but yeah, find one that ain't pitted, boy, grab it, because they are hard to come by. All right, I'm gonna pause my this video here because I'm gonna have to dig some of this stuff out to take a better look at it. So we'll be back. We take a quick look at some of the planes that were in the big toolbox. This is a Chapin moving Philister. Somewhere along the line it lost the depth stop. Got a pair of Kellogg Amherst, Mass. Dado planes. 3/16 and 1/4 inch. You know, never cleaned them, just stuck them in the box. This is also a Chapin mark number 8. Got a collection number on it. Coachmaker's router, and I'm pretty sure the wedge and the blade should be in their box someplace, but I didn't see it. And last, about this guy who was kind of tired. If you watch my video on celebrating my 30th anniversary of tools, where I talked about that very first auction I went to where I bought just a ton of stuff, one of the things I purchased was a box of these lignum and rosewood smoother planes in various conditions and shapes. And I sold most of them, but I kept this one. And this was my user for a while, even though the mouth's kind of open on it. But I never really cleaned it up. And she's got a crack in it. I think I might have glued that at some point. And the totes definitely developed a check. That's just from sitting around. That would have to be glued up before I do anything with it. It's kind of rough, but it's always been rough. But anyways, this guy's been with me now 31 years. And boy, these guys are not common. I forget who made them. I made possibly Tolman. They're made for the shipbuilders' trades. And they're pretty uncommon, that's to say the least. And even though this one's not in great shape, but what are you going to do? Anyways, let's go dig some more. I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but most of this stuff is not for sale. Although I'm going to probably be pulling some of these chisels out and cleaning them up, because not really anything I'd be collecting. But that bigger box I was using kind of as a storage and whatever for a while. I kind of remember that now. It's been a while. But anyways, where the goodies came out of it, a big bevel square, big wooden user-crafted bevel square. I like them. Very few people like them unless you're selling them for like $3, something stupid like that. EC Stearns. Oh no, this is a Cian Stearns. Gian. Yeah, that's right, G. I can talk. Chair Maker's Spoke Pointer. Kind of forgot I had that, but we're going to keep it since they're hard to come by. I showed you this square before, but I did a look-see, and Fraley doesn't show up on my list. So, might have been a ironmonger, what the English term for hardware store, but yeah, it's kind of rough, but you really find one of these in nice shape. Another mortising chisel, another big sticker style. I'm pretty sure this is a Starrett. Oh yeah, Starrett. Diston. Been a long day. A little rough. Yeah, it's got some damage there. Probably why I never sold it. Don't know if the blade removes or not. Haven't looked at that one in a while. And another butcher gouge. Globe firmer. Buck Brothers with the cast steel mark. Firmer. Not too bad now. That'll clean up alright. Another butcher gouge. Little skew carving chisel. This one. This is a Greenlee, although it's hard to see the mark. This was actually my user. And this was my paring chisel. If you notice, it's really polished right at the end. We'll get on that sharpening video one of these days. And somewhat of a steeper, well, I say steeper, shallower angle to cut with. But this I'd actually just do for my paring with. And a Stanley 1/4 inch, number 750. Handle's missing most of the finish and one of the washers, but I can still probably get drag a few bucks out of it. So, but that's it for the tools. One more look inside the box. Got some marks on it. Down nice well. Switch gears here for a second. Better view down on the inside. And And this one's a dovetail. Yeah, this is a dovetail one. They're not jumping around too much. Early handles. Hinges were probably replaced at some point, but hey, so that's the secrets of the toolboxes. Well, I did some more quick looking and found the wedge and iron for this guy. Iron is signed. And again, and it's sad to say, nobody's really interested in these tools. Well, that's all for this one, folks. I hope you enjoyed my little archaeological dig here. I hope you learned something, and who knows, maybe even found it entertaining. But please hit that subscribe button to be notified when new videos are posted. As always, thanks for watching, and bye.